Kiko or any other girl says. In other parts of the world, you will still get high-value women till the age of 30, i.e. less than 3 body count.
Did we do everyone's body count yet, Brian, or no?
I said mine already.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Kiko, what's your body count?
12 with both genders. 12.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
Wait, 12 with girls and 12 guys?
No, like combined.
Why not? Why won't you answer it?
Because that's my private business.
That's fair.
We could just make it public business.
Oh my God, Chase.
I'm sure you'd like that.
I like saying my body count because most people assume my body count's like a lot higher.
Are you hitting on me right now?
No, I'm being sarcastic.
What's your body count?
I'm gonna pass on that.
Allie.
But I have a boyfriend, so I think you can assume at least one.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay.
8.
Huh? 8. Did you say 7 last? No, I think you said 8 last time.
I said 8
okay.
last time.
Billy Ray.
Out of respect for my boyfriend, I would never speak about my sexual life publicly.
To second that, I have respect for myself. I don't think anyone you're not in a sexual relationship with or even in a relationship has a right to know that, and I will happily decline.
Are you embarrassed of the number?
Not at all, but even if it was 1, even if it was 100, I still think that sexual conversations should be reserved for the person you're in a relationship with, not the internet.
But it's like, don't you expect that when you come on a dating, this is a dating podcast.
Yeah, but I'm not looking to date y'all.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yo, W's in the chat for Kiko for actually being open and willing to share.
No, this happens every time. I'm the only one who's willing to share it. But I have no problem
Wiko in the
with
chat.
sharing that.
I want to see Wiko in the chat.
I think to each their own.
And I mean, honestly, I know a lot of people will look at me and how I dress or my bartending. They assume my body count is 100 plus. So I'm very open with saying that I've been with.
Multiply it by 3, and that's the real number.
I would, if that was the case, I just wouldn't even say my body count. Like how everyone else scapegoats out of it. But I have no shame of sleeping with 7 men and 5 different women in my 23 years of life.
I don't think it's a shame.
And my boyfriend is too.
Sam, what's your body count?
It's honestly, Brian, I lost count, but it's somewhere between 20 and 25.
Okay, all right.
I've already answered it. 7.
7. Okay, and
I'd like to add that I'm not proud of that. That's a product of like being on the apps, trying to find a girl, and just kind of capitulating to my fleshly desires. And as a man of God, a reformed man of God, I am looking for my wife at this point. And I am, like Kiko would say, a born again virgin.
Deborah, question for you.
Wait, allow me to just say, I have been saving myself for my wife for the past 3 years and will continue to do so and will not be having sexual intercourse until my wedding night. Thank you very much.
Word. Wait, really quick. I have a question for Deborah.
Yeah.
I have a question for Chase and Kiko. What do you guys think?
Is this for all 3 of us?
Huh?
Is this for all 3 of us?
Just you two for this first one. Then I have a question for Deborah. Would you guys go, like if it was a reality show produced by whatever, where you guys went on a date? Would you guys do that?
No, I would never go on a date with another man other than my boyfriend.
Let's say you're single. Say you're single.
How much are you offering here?
Yeah, if I'm getting paid, I can be anywhere.
You guys can go to Hibachi first off on the house.
Okay.
Hibachi.
This is not. You got to sweeten the deal. That's not. I could go there by myself.
Okay.
Same.
And not subject myself to headaches.
Well, maybe she's perfectly pleasant on a first date.
Okay, go on. How much are you offering?
300 each.
Yeah, I'd go.
300,000?
No, 300.
I'd go for 300 because I feel like me personally, I'm willing to come to a middle ground and also change my opinions on certain things. So I have no problem having an arrangement with somebody else that differs differently than me. Maybe I can learn something.
You're very close-minded, Chase.
No, my time is worth more than that.
350? About 350?
Make it $1,000 and then we'll start talking.
Okay, fair enough. Deborah, so with the body count thing, you said that it's not appropriate for whatever. That's fine.
Hold on a second.
Well,
if you scrounge up the funds, make it $2,000 and then we'll start talking.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Start an OnlyFans.
Okay. So maybe we could fan fund it. Would you guys like to see that? Like a little, not a podcast.
I will
content?
go on a date with Tico.
He doesn't even know her name.
I will go on a date with
name.
Kiko. I will go on a date with Kiko for a YouTube video for $2,000 if you crowdfund it.
And then 300 for Kiko?
No.
Is this a startup?
We could
If he gets
crowdfund it.
$2,000, I get 25.
Okay. So
Yes.
Deborah, if let's say a guy you were on a first date with, or it's private, you're not on the podcast, he asked you what your body count was, would you have an issue with that?
A full-on, complete answer. I think first dates should be lighter and more just like getting to know somebody. I'm very big on like leave them wanting more, only go for like an hour max. So for the way that I approach first dates, I think that would be inappropriate. But in general, if I'm interested in somebody, I want to date them, and they ask me that question, of course I would have no problem sharing. That's between me and them. And if that person's going to end up being my husband, there is nothing I wouldn't share with them. But
Fair.
with the internet, I think the society has become way too comfortable posting sexual stuff and personal information online. At the end of the day, you should respect yourself, and you should respect the relationship that you will be in one day, and keep taboo things taboo for a reason.
Cheers to that, Deborah.
Based.
L'chaim.
L'chaim, Deborah.
Good pronunciation.
Mazel tov.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay, that's a fair answer. That's a fair answer. I think I've asked this question to women. I mean, perhaps we can go around the panel on this. If a guy on the first date politely asked, how many your body count, would you be taken aback? Would you be offended? And I want to add a point to it once you guys all answer. So, Billy Ray.
I don't know.
First
I
date,
don't
but
know.
he's polite. He's
Into
just,
the mic. Into the mic.
And would you tell him too?
He asks you right
Well,
off the bat.
if somebody
Maybe
asks
not
me and I'm going,
That's
no,
not
You
disingenuous.
guys sit down at the table and he's like,
How many
"Okay,
dudes
Billy
have
Ray,
you
what's
fought?
What do you
up?"
want to drink, and how many guys have you slept with?
I think it really depends on if if this is our first time meeting and we had been talking for a while and there was like some conversation already established and we were super interested in each other. And also if this was leading towards a sexual relationship, I have no problem talking about that. But you said,
I was kidding.
No, I would never lie. If I was going to tell somebody, I would never lie or tell them a false number. I think that'd be a weird first date question, though.
It's totally a weird.
I agree.
Yeah, so
that's
weird.
not
It's
when you ask
totally
someone.
weird.
Not
How do you
weird.
bring that up
Not
in a
weird.
not weird way on a first date?
Well, I want the girls to answer
Yeah.
before I give my piece. But Marquavius, by the way, said he would fund the
Oh
The date.
snap!
Let's go.
So Marquavius
four-
is saying he would drop
4,500?
$4,000 for
Oh.
Kiko and I to go
Yeah,
on a date.
I
you
want-
want 2K?
Yeah, I'm
Where
not
you
going to go any
taking
less
her,
than he
man?
gets.
Kiko,
No,
where do you
she
want to
wants
go for
$2,500.
Wait, will your boyfriend even allow this?
For $2,000, yes, he will.
Were you taking her, Chase?
Where do you want to go?
He'd be at a table behind us for sure, though. He wouldn't let me go alone.
Oh, that's.
I mean,
honestly-
if Marquavius is funding,
Brian,
it's his
the best
call.
content of your life would be me chasing my boyfriend at the same table, because they would gang up on me.
Fuck.
How
My
you going in
boyfriend
for
would
the
agree
first
with him
kiss?
more than he would agree with me.
Chase, confirm.
But we just know how to logically have our differences.
Yo,
without-
Kiko, are you trying to like convince Chase to do a devil's
Pass.
threesome?
Pass.
Right now?
Pass.
He's one of
Pass.
Kiko, you trying to go
Wait,
to
what?
Paris with Chase and your?
Wait,
I will
what?
not do
Oh, if
any
my
Eiffel
boyfriend's there, I'll
Towers.
go anywhere.
I will not do any.
I'm
Eiffel
fine with my
Towers.
boyfriend's there.
You didn't get what I meant.
Probably. You're probably a little too sexual
Okay, well,
for me.
we'll see if he's. We'll talk to Marquavius about it. First date guy asks you your body count politely, but he's curious.
I don't take it
Taken
like
aback?
super personal. I feel like it's a big factor in every person's life, especially if you're trying to get into like a relationship, to know that like body count matters. So I wouldn't be offended.
And would you'd tell him if he asked?
If I was like liking him on the date, I would tell him.
Okay.
If I didn't like him, I would not tell him.
Sure.
She said body count matters, which is interesting to me.
Mm.
Body count
Yeah.
does matter.
Yeah.
If you met the most perfect man in the world and
Based.
then you found out, or same to the girl question, if you didn't ask this on the first date, you go in blind, you're seeing this girl for a few months, you're like, wow, this is my soulmate, this girl's amazing, or guy, and then you find out that they have like a ridiculously high body count, like 30 people that they've slept with, would you completely walk away?
Yeah.
Yes.
50 people?
No question.
Like 30 people.
I see why. I'm seeing why it would be a question, because body
Well,
count does matter. I see
Yeah.
it,
Let me. I'll get to it. What about you?
I would tell them. I don't think it's like a first question. I feel like you would have to lean into it, but also I think it depends on how into them I am, if I would see myself dating them.
Okay, sure. Thoughts?
Honestly, just like what she said, it would have to be like